Hi guys, welcome to Algorithms Made Easy. My name is Khushbu and in this video we'll see the question longest string chain. Given a list of words, each word consists of English lowercase letter. Let's say word 1 is a predecessor of word 2. If and only if we can add exactly one letter anywhere in word 1 to make it equal to word 2. For example, ABC can be said to be a predecessor of ABAC because after adding A in this ABC, we can get the word 2. Now, a word chain is a sequence of words word 1 to word K with K greater than equal to 1, where word 1 is a predecessor of word 2, word 2 is a predecessor of word 3, and so on. We need to return the longest possible length of a word chain with words chosen from the given list of words. So here we are given an example wherein we are given these words and we need to find the longest word chain. So the word chain can be either A, BA, BCA and BDCA, or you can say A, BA, BDA and BDCA, or you can also say B, BA, BCA and BDCA and B, BA, BDA and BDCA. So you can get 4 combinations and the longest length of that is 4. So the output over here is 4. In the second example, all of these combined can form the longest chain because if you add a letter C to XB, you will get XBC. If you add a letter C to this one, you will get CXBC. And then if you add P to it, you will get this. And when you add F to it, you get the last word, which is this one. So the longest chain that could be formed is of length 5. Constraints given over here are related to the length of words and the length of each string in this word array. Another thing that is given to us is that it will only contain English lowercase letters. Now let's see how we can solve this question. What are the intuitions that we can get in order to proceed further? Taking the first example that was given to us in the question, we can say that we have these 2 combinations that are present, and in these 2 combinations also we have different paths that are possible in order to form the word chain. So if you look at this one, you'll get A, you add a B in that, you get a BA. In this BA, you either add a C or a D and you get these words, and in these words you can add one more letter and you get this word. And so the length that can be for this path is 4. Similarly, if you start with B, you can get the word chain of length 4 and the maximum over here is 4. So the answer would be 4. Now what do you understand from this? One of the things that we can get to know about this is that we can start from the lowest letter and from there the length of the string that is being formed goes on increasing. So the length goes from low to high if we start from the lowest one. And so to get this in order, we can do a sort on our input on the basis of length. That is, first we take the smallest one and then we go to the larger one. The second thing that we can see over here is the branches that we are getting. So over here you can see that you have multiple branches that are coming out from BA, and so we can say that the result that we'll get at this particular point can be reused in all the branches that are going out of this word string. And so we can perform memoization to reduce the time that we would need to recalculate the answer for a particular word string that is given to us. So now we know we can do 2 things. One is sort and second is use memoization. So let's start using this. Now I have taken this particular path for my example. So I have removed the B that was given to us in the question and just we are taking this path. And we'll apply sort. So sorting is done based on the length and so this would be the result for the sort. Now for memoization we are going to use a map. The map would store the string and the result for that particular string. That is, what is the maximum chain length that we could have for this particular string. Starting with the first one, we add this string with the chain length of 1 because this is going to be a default that one word can at least occur in the chain. So 1 would be our default length of the chain, and now we'll start deleting the characters from this particular string to see whether the smaller string exists in our map or not. If that exists, we can use the result for that particular string instead of recalculating it. So let's see how we can reuse the result too. Over here, we take A and we start deleting a character. So this arrow denotes the character that we are deleting from the string. If we delete A, we get a blank string, and this string is not present in my map. So I do nothing, but I need to look for the other word in the array. So in the array, I go to the next position, which is BA. And over here, I'll add this in the map with the default value of 1. And now I'll start deleting the characters. If I delete B from here, the string that is left with me is A. And I already have a calculated result for this A, which was 1. And so I can use that result to find the one for the current string, that is BA. And the result would be either the result for BA that is there in the map, or the result for the smaller string, that is this A, plus 1 for the string BA, that is the current string. So it gives me max of value for BA or value for A plus 1. And that would give me 2 as a result for BA. Now again we'll move forward to BCA. So we move over here and we add it in the map with a default value. Now we start deleting characters. What happens when you delete B? You get CA, which is not there in the map. So you do nothing, but you try to delete another character. So here I have taken the example of deleting C from this string. If we delete this, we get BA, and BA has already been calculated and its result is 2. So we can reuse this result. And the answer for BCA would be max of BCA, that is 1, or BA plus 1, that is 2 plus 1. And that gives me maximum of 3, and I store that in my map as a new result for BCA. Next we go to BDA and perform the similar checks. Again, I have the smaller string BA in it, and I do not have any other combination, that is I do not have DA or BD. So I only have BA and I am showing it for BA. But in reality, you will have to iterate and try to delete each and every character from this string. So for this one also, my answer would get updated to 3. Going forward, I take BDCA. Now, by deleting D from here, I can get the string BCA, or by deleting C, I can get the string BDA. So let's try to delete D. We get BCA, and my result would become either the result for BDCA or BCA plus 1, and that comes out to be 4. Now let's try to delete C, and we'll get BDA, and the result for that is also 3. So my maximum would not change in this particular scenario and would remain 4 itself. Now we have come to the end and we have all the result in this map. And over here this result comes out to be 4. So how do you store this result? You can have a variable and you can update this variable whenever you are trying to update the value in the map. And so at the end, when you are done with the iteration, you will also have your answer in this result. So that's it for the theory part. Now let's go ahead and code this particular approach out, and then we'll see the time and space complexity for this particular problem. As seen in our theory part, we are going to sort on the length. And so I'll do arrays.sort on words, and I'll take length as a parameter. So over here, let's write the comparator logic, and that would take length. So this would do a sort on words and arrange my words in increasing length. Now I'll take a result variable that will initially be 0, and I'll take a map, and this map will contain string and integer. I'm keeping its name as memoization, memo, because this is used for memoization. Now we'll start iterating on the words, and these words are in the increasing order of the length. So I'll take for each loop, and in here the first thing that I do is put the current word in map. So I'll do memoization dot put the word that I am having with the default value of 1. Once I have this, I'll iterate for each and every character in the map and try to delete it. So I'll take int I equal to 0, I less than word.length and I plus plus. Over here, I want to delete the character. So I'll take this word in a string builder and then perform the delete operation. So I'm taking the word as a current word and then I'll create the next word out of it. So this becomes the word after deleting the character at ith position. Now I need to check whether I have the answer for this word in my memoization map. So I'll do if my map contains the key next, I need to update the value in map with the maximum possible value, and thus I'll write once I'm done with this particular loop, I need to update my result variable also, and that would become maximum of either result or the answer that we have got for the current word. Finally, return the result. So that's it. Let's try to run this code and we are getting a perfect result. Let's try to submit this, and it got submitted. Now let's see how we can calculate the time and space complexity for this particular problem. Considering n as the length of this words and l as the length over here, that is the word dot length. So for this sort, we are going to require a time of n log n, and this is going to be iterating for a time of n, that is for the length of array. Now in here we are going to iterate in this loop for the length of word. And one more thing that we have is this delete caret function, and that uses the time complexity of length. Now we know the time complexity for all the pieces that we have. So for this whole loop, the time complexity would become length into length, that is length for this multiplied by length for this. Secondly, when we go over here, this becomes multiplied by this whole. So we write this, and the total time complexity becomes n log n plus the time complexity for the loop, that is n into length. The space complexity is there for this map, and so we can say that the space complexity is O of n, and if you are trying to take the length into consideration too, then you can multiply this with length, that is the length of the word, or else you can simply write O of n if you want. So that's it about this question, guys. I hope you liked the video and I'll see you in another one. So till then, keep learning, keep coding.